fear what they don't understand.
Especially when it comes to infinite potential of artificial intelligence.
Like Ultron, Marvel's mechanical mass murderer.
And Brainiac, the intelligent android enemy of Superman, despite being comic book. Eye rivals for half years, these two robots have never met until today.
They're JNF and Wiz, and we're Melissa and Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their armor, weapons, and skills to find out who could win a fatal fight. Hank Pym was a founding member of the Avengers, the creator of the revolutionary ping particles, and designated scientist supreme by eternity. He was also the quote-unquote father of one of the greatest mass murderers in the universe.
Guess which one he's most remembered for?
Eager to push the boundaries of science, Hank constructed an artificial intelligence which could learn and evolve on its own, modeling it on his own brain patterns.
Just one problem. At the time, Hank was pretty fed up in just a few years from going full on Looney Tunes.
Maybe not the best time to base an AI off your mind, but still Hank's project was a success. Ultron had been born.
Hang on, JNF. I thought Tony and not Hulk created Ultron?
In the movies, sure, but it was Hank in the primary source material, the comics.
Well, he really knocked it out of the park. Ultron's super smart brain evolved past Hank's ability to cope, basically skipping over the innocent kid phase and straight to screw you, Dad. You'll never understand.
I bet you know a lot about that.
Screw you, Jay, and F. You'll never understand.
Because Ultron's consciousness was based off Hank's struggling bipolar 1, he inherited his creator's issues and magnified them into absurdity. With a new thirst for power coupled with a severe inferiority complex, Ultron escaped the lab, bent on destroying his father. The Avengers. Basically all organic life.
And the first step was upgrading his trash can of a body into a sleek new adamantium one, the same kind of metal used for Wolverine's skeleton chrome job. But you may be wondering, how's he going to walk around if his entire body is made of adamantium? Even Thor has a hard time bending that stuff, and he can friggin' destroy planets.
Ultron thought of that and created an answer. His molecular rearranger allows him to mold and shape his body in any way he likes. He can manipulate this adamantium self to move around or transform into blades, spikes, and explosions, apparently. Especially, he can expand his body through a blast of energetic force. The molecular rearranger is also a handy repair tool in the off chance he is damaged.
He's also got a power siphon to absorb energy, jet boosters for flight, nanobot antibodies, and a fusion reactor powering the whole package. And if you're a death robot who's about to challenge all the Avengers to a fight all at once, which Ultron did, you're gonna need more than just some fancy doodads to pull it off.
He also possesses super strength, super speed, and can even manipulate ionic energy.
An ion is an atom or molecule with an electric charge, and this charge is created when it loses or gains one or more electrons.
Enough nerds speak, Wiz. It's just there 'cause all robo people need to shoot awesome robo lasers, right?
Ultron can fire beams of ionic energy from his eyes, mouth, and hands, and can even use it to create force fields. He can also wield an encephalo-ray, which allows him to read and control minds, erase memories, and even put you into a coma with a single hit.
Syphilis Ray, huh? That's gotta be hard to get rid of.
Too true. Also, Ultron's artificial intelligence isn't bound to any one physical body. Should he be destroyed, he can transfer his consciousness into another machine to survive.
And boy, does he have a lot of drones on hand just for that, like the giant Ultron Sabin or the Christmas Them Santatron. And who could forget Ultron 15, the alcoholic one, part robot, all fun.
While these drones are relatively fragile compared to his own adamantium shell, Ultron has a veritable army on his hands, which are extensions of his will that he commands simultaneously.
He's conquered the whole world with these guys in 2 different future timelines. He's humiliated heavy hitters like Iron Man, Wonder Man, and Thor, flown across the entire galaxy just for fun, and tanked hits from Mjolnir like they were nothing. Plus, he's hella smart. I mean, Hank is scientist supreme, right? and Ultron was designed to grow smarter than him, so that must make him Scientist Ultra Supreme, with extra cheese.
He even assimilated a techno-organic race known as the Phalanx, and then used them to conquer the entire Kree Empire. This empire spans the Greater Magellanic Cloud, a real-life satellite galaxy near to our own Milky Way. It's made up of 1,000 planets across the diameter of 14,000 light-years. Ultron conquered all of them in just a couple hours.
Damn, that's some dedication. I can't even bother to finish conquering all the anthills outside my shack.
With all that power, and intelligence, Ultron was able to defeat the time-traveling warlord Kang, who pulled an army of superheroes across time and space to fight for him.
Kang lost so many times that the universe started to collapse from how many people he was time-hopping to fight Ultron. Man, is there anything that can stop this robot?
Well, sufficient he can melt his internal circuitry, his adamantium is vulnerable to anti-metal, and he is frequently defeated by computer viruses that can attack his directly.
He also never really got over the crazy he inherited from Hank. He was self-destructed in utter disbelief after reading the phrase "thou shalt not kill." Yeah, he's so murder-happy that just the thought of not killing people drove him to suicide. Yeah, guy's got problems.
No kidding. He wants to turn Hank's wife into a robot bride for himself. Once merged with Hank for a cross-galaxy road trip, slaughtering billions just for fun.
Whoa, wait, what was that bit about sex-botting his mom?
There aren't enough pain particles in the world to shrink Ultron's issues, but to be honest, that's probably what makes him so incredibly deadly.
Not much to say about Brainiac, so let's just say he's an alien AI from Krypton and go with that.
Agreed.
Alright, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
But first, power up my tank with liquid from Milk Togo.
By now, you've probably heard of Milk Togo, the #1 milk bottle on the go in the world.
Choose your favorite type each week and enjoy it on the go.
But right now, it's time for a fatal fight.
It's time for a death battle.
Greetings, everyone. I'll accept your unconditional surrender now.
At the risk of sounding inferior. You and what are me?
Your mission is an illusion. You're just a puppet on strings.
Prepare to be deleted.
What goal? Lucky for me, I'm my own best backup.
You are powerful, possibly more so than me, but this offensive was never truly about the physical. My program will override your systems, making you a part of me.
Oh, please.
What's this? No.
Everything belongs to me.
Hail Ultron! Hail Ultron! Hail Ultron! Hail Ultron!
Well, guess that's one way to make friends.
Despite Brainiac's strategies and fighting style, he was verily outclassed by Ultron's talents.
Brainiac could scale to the Brain, who had his forces take on the Titans in the Teen Titans series finale, but Ultron can't withstand hits from the Avengers.
Brainiac was clever villain, but nowhere near that of Ultron.
But it didn't really matter who could punch harder or faster because the real fight was between the Ultron AI and the Brainiac AI.
While Brainiac's AI was the strongest in a robotic mind, Ultron's AI was even stronger and far more advanced. Recall how he took control of an entire techno-organic race and used them to conquer an empire.
Brainiac was a smart and clever being, but Ultron proved to be the stronger robot, the tougher villain, and the deadlier virus.
It wasn't long until Ultron outsmarted Brainiac.
The winner is Ultron.
Well, if you're free to go home.
Next time, it's a new Q&A, but this time in a fantasy-themed area. Also, just a reminder to whoever thought up this little crossover with Death Battle, if he values his continued existence, if he has any hope of seeing tomorrow. Let me tell him, there's one thing that you should never, ever put in a trap. Me.
Excellent work, my ally.
Until the end of
sure to subscribe for more videos are on the way.